Good morning. In 1896, Ze'ev Benjamin Herzl wrote his book, Medinat HaYehudim, the Jewish state. In that book, he wrote a chilling vision of what he felt is going to happen in Europe in the next few years. He wrote that Jews don't have any more place in Europe. If they succeed, the locals will look at them and with envy and hatred will want them out. If they fail, the locals again will look at them and they will feel that they will be burdened on their own societies. He decided 50 years before the Holocaust that Jews had to have a national home. He wrote, when people write the things I write today, when people read the things I write today, they will think I have illusions and that I am hampering in a way their integration in European societies. It's obviously became a chilling story to read Herzl in 1896 telling almost word by word how the Holocaust will unfold 50 years later. It took 50 years for the most advanced civilization in Europe, the Germans, to carry out the most vicious and heinous crime in world history. And we should always remember that this crime didn't happen in some faraway country, in some underdeveloped nation. It did happen in one of the most developed nations on earth at that time. It's a reminder for all of us that nations need national home. And it's interesting that these days, some of the same voices that are calling again for the destruction of the state of Israel are the same voices that are calling for Holocaust denial, because they understand what Herzl understood more than 100 years ago, that when you have a national home, you have a place that not only can carry on the memory, but can guarantee the continuity. Never mind if you're a Jewish community that live in the diaspora or you're back home in Israel. Nations need national homes, like people need their own homes. We gather here today to remember the death and destruction of thousands of communities and of millions of people. In the words of a young Jewish student in an event that happened a few weeks ago on the other side of town, it took the Germans 12 years in Dachau to destroy a culture of 1,200 years. Destruction is easy. Inciting people for hate is easy. Rebuilding is another story. But more than anything else, we gather here today to remember life, to remember the life of all of these perished communities, because we know history. We know what Jews gave to the world from Europe in the 100 years leading to the Holocaust. Many of the achievements, of the intellectual achievements that the world enjoys today came from the same communities in Europe. And we can only imagine, if they were given the opportunity to live on, what kind of innovations, what kind of new thinking, what kind of new ideas would have come out of these communities. So in every Holocaust Day, we have to remember all of these things, to dwell on the life of these people, the life of these communities, the potential that was killed in those years, and to remember that Israel is that national home, a national home that will make sure that the memory will always live, a national home that will make sure that the continuity will always be there.